What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Hankeshh, and welcome back to the Smackdown Summer, where we talk about Smackdown, what we liked, what we didn't like, and our overall feelings about the show that we just watched. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video so other people can see the things that we talk about here. Also, make sure to go check out the short form content here on YouTube, as well as check out the TikTok page. Go follow it over there. We talk about a lot of things in those comment sections, so if you want to chat the stuff about wrestling, go to those spots. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I really want to talk about is the main event scene. On this episode, you had Aleister Black and Cody Rhodes open the show. Cody Rhodes being like, I'm done with Drew McIntyre. That's the past. I want to see what's in the future. Out came Aleister Black to challenge him. Call him out. You know, he's calling him out. Zelina Vega came out, obviously, with Aleister Black, and after a little bit of back and forth between the two, Zelina Vega slapped the shit out of Cody Rhodes. That set up a match for the main event, Aleister Black versus Cody Rhodes. Just a normal match, not for a championship or anything. But alas, we can't have nice things because out came Drew to interfere. Claymore kicked the shit out of the ref. And as Cody Rhodes was beating up Drew McIntyre, Aleister Black was beating up Cody Rhodes, and then out came Damian Priest. So it seems like in the main event picture, we have added two new competitors. We've added Damian Priest and Aleister Black, and I'm here for it. Now, I'm going to do something that a lot of other content creators are scared to do. I'm going to call myself out on something that I said in a past video. I said that I was not a fan of Aleister Black and Damian Priest continuing their feud because I just see no point in it. But with the inclusion of the WWE title, I think it adds more layers where it actually merits them continuing their feud. Because not only now it's only between those two, but you have Drew and Cody also involved with them, so they can kind of have like a different pairings between all four competitors. So now that feud adds fuel to the main event picture, which kind of seemed a little bit lackluster for the last couple of weeks because it was just Drew and Cody. But now you also have Damian and Aleister getting involved, and I think it's a great thing. Just please, WWE, get Damian Priest a different shirt, bro. Give him some new merch. The Wepa Time shirt or just another shirt that just has Wepa in big bold letters, it doesn't work, bro. Please just give him some better merch. At the very end of the show, after Drew got involved in the match and he, put his nose in the business that he shouldn't have put his nose in, Nick Aldis comes out and tells Drew that he is suspended. That takes Drew off of our television screens for the foreseeable future. I think it's a way of making Drew again feel fresh in the main event scene. You know the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. As Drew is away from our television screens, it'll make the fans kind of clamor later on down the line to want him back, to have him be part of the picture again. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that they're keeping him off screen for a little bit, especially since he was feeling a little bit stale. But yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing at all, or a thing of WWE saying, hey, we don't like you, Drew. I think it's just adding to the storyline. There's one notable absence though in the main event scene. Where the hell is Randy Orton? I cannot remember the last time I saw Randy Orton. I'm pretty sure I wasn't even making videos the last time I saw Randy Orton on my television screen. Bring back Randy Orton, unless he's injured and I just don't know anything about it. Please, if he is injured, let me know in the comments. But he brings more to the main event scene as well. You can never have too many people in a main event picture, especially since it's been feeling a little bit thin the last couple weeks. Start setting some seeds for Cody versus Randy. Start building on their relationship for then Randy to finally turn on Cody. Please, let's get Randy back. Where is he? Where is he, man? I haven't seen him in weeks. Where is he? Next, let's talk about the women's division here on SmackDown. We got a lot to discuss about the women's division. In the last week, we've had two new women's champions in the SmackDown division. Jade Cargill won the main title, and on this show, we'll get into a little bit later, but Chelsea Green won the US title. In some ways, I do like it a lot. I love that Jade Cargill won the title. I love it because we have a new champion now. We haven't had that in almost a year. Just like in the men's main event picture, the women's main event picture feels fresh. It has new life because there's a new champion. There's new matchups that you can have. There's new competitors that can go after the championship. It's good. I love it. It's going to be healthy. Jade already looks so dominant. She looks like $1,000,000. Her entrance is so badass. Her sitting at the top is like the perfect final boss that SmackDown needs currently in the main event women's division. And they did not let up on teasing the amount of matches and feuds that Jade can have with that title. It teased a matchup with Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green. She has a matchup with B-Fab next week. Me personally, I never thought I'd be excited about a B-Fab and Jade Cargill match. I think that match will be great next week. So this kind of mini reset of the women's division isn't a bad thing overall. That being said, there is one thing that I'm kind of upset about in this little mini reset, and that is that Giulia lost her title to Chelsea Green on this episode of SmackDown. They had a championship match on this episode and she lost it in pretty quick fashion. Now, I'm not upset that Chelsea won. In fact, I think it's great for her character, especially because she has this whole partnership with Ethan Page on NXT as well. But there's two things that really did upset me. One was just more of like an overall thing from the past couple weeks. They did not give Giulia proper time with this title. And I don't mean in, length of days. She's held it for a pretty long time. But I'm talking about in matches, feuds, storylines. They did not give her anything to kind of sink her teeth into and really showcase what she has. The only thing that really did significant with her was they gave her a manager in Kiana James, and then they had that manager have the same amount of matches as your champion. Now, I'm not knocking Kiana James. She's a great character. She's a great in-ring worker. But when you're having a manager get more character work, same amount of matches, and frankly, even more story points than your literal US champion that you had for over 100 days, I don't think that's right. Hey, WWE either just doesn't care about this women's US title, or they just don't see anything in Giulia, which is kind of upsetting because her work at NXT was amazing. The work I saw with her in NXT when she was NXT champion, it was brilliant, phenomenal even. Shout out AJ Styles. So yeah, that really upsets me. And the second thing that really upset me on this episode, this match had literally zero time to develop. This match was over within like 2 minutes. They had no time to really get into the match and showcase what these two women can do as actual wrestlers. Me personally, I think you could have easily taken some time out of some other matches in this show, like the Talatanga and Rey Fenix match, or even just a few minutes off the US title match, just so you can give this match proper time to breathe, proper time to develop, and really showcase what Giulia can do in the ring, which WWE has not been able to do. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset, bro. God, I just really hate that they're just not giving Giulia a chance, and because she's brilliant. All right, yeah. So the US championship scene was a little bit bittersweet on this show. I'm happy that Chelsea got the championship. I'm happy that storyline is developing, but I am truly upset that Giulia did not give a proper chance to really showcase what she can do to the main roster fans. All right, calm down. Let's talk about something positive, huh? Let's talk about the women's tag team division. We had a match between Charlotte and Nia on this show. The match itself was decent, but the big talking point out of this match, the debut of Lash Legend. Obviously, Lash Legend has been on SmackDown before when she was in that tag team with Jakara Jackson. But this time, she properly debuts. She attacks Alexa Bliss, creating a distraction for Nia Jax to win the match. Later on, they had a backstage segment where Nia was saying like, hey, Charlotte and Alexa told me to find a friend, so here's a friend. I fought Lash at NXT. I respect her a lot, so me and her, we're teaming up now. We're going to run this tag division. It adds another tag team to the division, and I am so here for it, especially since Lash Legend is an amazing competitor. I know that whatever gimmick she's given or whatever in-ring work they give her, she is going to take the ball and run with it. And it adds a powerhouse team to the tag team division. We had the Lethal team in the Kabuki Warriors. We have the Not Friends championship team in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. You have a pseudo version of that with Bayley and Lyra. But the team up of Nia Jax and Lash Legend adds a powerhouse team to the division where these two are the absolute giants. No one can take them down. They are going to be the strongest. You will not be able to outmuscle these two women. Great addition to the tag team division. Welcome Lash Legend to the main roster officially. I'm excited what these two are going to do in this division. There's also a little segment between the Kabuki Warriors and the champs in the trainer's room where Asuka handed them a bag of ice and then spit mist in their face. So yeah, obviously just kind of adding some fuel to their match coming up on Monday. I don't know. I have a feeling that the Kabuki Warriors are going to win that championship on Monday and then probably set up a feud with Bayley and Lyra. All in all, the women's tag team division is in a great spot right now. It is super healthy, and I'm very excited to see all the different feuds and combinations of matches that we can get in this division. The last big point that I really kind of want to talk about is the MFTs. It seems like they're treating the MFTs like how they treat the Judgment Day on Raw. They're going to take people from this faction. They're going to put them in different feuds. One guy's going to go to the US title. A few of them are going to go for the tag titles. They're all going to come back collectively and, celebrate. In this show alone, they teased Tama Tonga going after the US title when Ilya was coming out for his US title match. They had the Wyatt Six kind of creep it up on the MFTs, the whole tag team division going on. Then obviously you have Solo kind of implementing this master plan of his to get all the gold from SmackDown and bring him to the MFT. I don't know about you, but compared to where the MFT started and where they are now, I think relatively they're in a much better position. Instead of a group that just gives empty threats and doesn't really follow up, they're actually being portrayed as dominant, especially Talatanga. He looked really great in this match. I wish this match was a squash match. Talatanga just absolutely obliterated Rey Fenix, kind of showing that he is that powerhouse. And then you could have given that extra time to that US championship match, but I talked about that already. But yeah, the MFTs are looking strong. Tama Tonga coming back is great. Talatanga looks super strong. Solo Sikoa looks like an absolute leader. Is it the strongest storyline? No, not by a long margin, but it's still a good storyline. It's something that they can sink their teeth into and kind of really put all their effort into, and maybe hopefully that effort works out and they become, a big group, just like the Judgment Day was just 2 years ago when Damian Priest had the world title. A few other small things on this show. You had the Open Challenge match, great match. You had 2 more matches for the Last Time Is Now tournament announced. Again, I'm gonna make a separate video about that. I got a little bit lazy this week, so I didn't make the video, but I'll make it, I promise. And there's some storylines being developed in the tag team division. So that pretty much wraps up everything that I want to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you stuck to the end, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about SmackDown. Give this video a like. Go check out the YouTube shorts on this channel, and also go check out my TikTok page as well. Go give it a follow over there. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Bye.